Welcome back, dear listener, to Coaching Hypnosis, to my wonderful community over in the United States. I've got a little something to help you reclaim your time this month. We talk so much about wellness and self-care, but you can't do that if you're stuck in a grocery aisle. That's why I've partnered with Instacart. If you're in the US and haven't tried it, you can get free delivery fees on your first 3 orders. It's a total game changer for getting your healthy essentials delivered right to your door in as fast as 30 minutes. You can also try using the promo code FSAHSA1035 at checkout for extra savings. To get those free deliveries, just click the link in my show notes. Using that link really helps support this show. So thank you so much for the love. Cheers. Today, we're talking to the architects of the business world, the analytics. You pride yourself on accuracy. You love the data, the spreadsheets, and the bulletproof logic. But let's be radically honest. Your precision has become a prison. You've been looking at the same proposal for 3 weeks. You're waiting for one more piece of data, one more certain sign before you pull the trigger. While you're perfecting the plan, the drivers have already launched, failed, pivoted, and succeeded. Today, we're exploring why your subconscious mind is terrified of good enough and how to break free from the prison of overthinking. The analytical's internal monologue of a loop is intolerance of ambiguity. You tell yourself, if I don't have all the facts, I'm being reckless. The analytical's internal monologue is a loop of intolerance of ambiguity. You tell yourself, if I don't have all the facts, I'm being reckless. I just need to look at this overnight one more time. What if there's a variable I haven't accounted for? The raw honesty, your thoroughness is actually avoidant coping. You aren't researching. You are hiding from the vulnerability of making a choice. You've created an unrealistic self-assessment where you believe a single error in logic equals a total failure of your identity. You've tied your self-worth to being the person who is never wrong, and that is an impossible weight to carry in a volatile 2026 market. Let's look at the friction this causes. When your driver, manager, or partner says, "We need a decision now," you feel a physical autonomic reactivity. Your chest tightens. You feel a sense of injustice because they are forcing you to be sloppy. But here's a psychological secret. In business, 80% certainty today is worth more than 100% certainty next month. By staying in your prison of perfection, you are actually creating the very injustice you fear. You're slowing down the team, missing the window, and forcing others to make decisions for you. You think you're being safe, but your subconscious fear of being wrong is actually the biggest risk in the company. To escape the prison, we have to rewire how your subconscious views risks. 1. Reframe done as data. We use hypnosis to shift your identity. Instead of the expert who must be right, you become the scientist who gathers the data through action. A mistake isn't failure. It's just a new variable to be analyzed. 2. The 70% rule anchor. We install a subconscious trigger. When you reach a 70% certainty, your brain signals a proceed command. We teach your nervous system to feel safe in the ambiguity. 3. Internalizing the locus. We move you away from seeking perfect logic to the external world and towards trusting your internal executive function. We reinforce that you have the skills to fix any variable that arises after the launch. Today, I want you to practice imperfect action. 1. Take a small decision you've been putting off, an email, a minor purchase, a scheduling choice. 2. Give yourself exactly 60 seconds to decide. 3. Notice the panic rise in your throat. That's your intolerance for ambiguity. 4. Breathe through it. Make the choice. 5. Observe the result. Did the world end? Or did the momentum feel good? Anchor that feeling of momentum. Data is a great servant, but a terrible master. If you're tired of being the bottleneck because you can't stop overthinking, book your free 40-minute clarity call. Let's dismantle the perfection prison and install the decisive, high-performance logic you need to lead with speed in 2026. Remember, aligned subconscious plus decisive action equals absolute authority. Thank you for listening. Align your mind. Decide now. Grow your business. Mindfully yours, Julie.